What's happening, traders? Welcome back to another video. Today we're trading oil. My buy stop has just been triggered, so let's jump into the charts. I'll show you why I've taken the trade, and then we'll watch it for the rest of the day to hopefully get to our full TP up at 7376. Let's go. All right, guys. So on to the charts then, and this is a 30-minute chart. And basically, we've got our trade here. So we've got the highs marked out, and I like to do it on the closures of the 30-minute chart. The highs of the Asia range, which are actually a little bit off, which are just there. Okay, this candle and this candle here. This candle is the 730. It's not part of the range. Okay, and then we've got the low, and I've drawn in there. Now, what I was waiting for originally was a breakout setup where we had this breakout here. Then we had this bullish indecision candle, which retested the lows, and I was waiting to see if this candle respected the high, aka didn't break above it, and then broke out the low. At that point, I would have taken a sell trade and maybe come down to fill this gap, and maybe down to this demand zone or resistance, support zone down here. But we didn't get that. We got the fake out setup. Now, the fake out setup is when price comes back and closes back inside of the Asia range. Okay, now oil does this a lot. I've looked at it on other charts. It doesn't happen a lot on other pairs. It does happen a little bit on natural gas, and sometimes on the indices and gold. I mean, it does happen sometimes, but oil shows itself. Shows the setup a lot. At least for me, it shows itself a lot. I can see it. So we've got this closure back inside the zone, and then what I wanted to wait to do is for the next candle to break above the high. So I set a buy stop at this point, which has been triggered now. As you can see, we're in the trade, and now we're looking for price to push up. This is on my Topstep account, and we're looking for price to continue up and potentially break out up to this previous support here. Okay, and that's the trade, really. Pretty simple stuff. Managing wise, probably going to manage the trade. 10 pips is only about there. Probably going to manage the trade around the top of this wick fill. Okay, and then move our stop loss to break even. I may do it sooner, depending on price action over the next 30 minutes to a couple of hours, whatever it will be. But yeah, that's the trade. Got about a 1-to-8 risk to reward ratio. As soon as I can manage the risk and eliminate the risk, I will, at a sensible point where I still think the trade is gonna, potentially profit and not just hit break even. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll come back with a update shortly. It's half an hour, 45 minutes or so since I last checked in, and we've got a new 30-minute candle. We had a big pullback, and that was potentially going to be our sign of price turning around. Now, if we go to the lower time frames, I can see, where is it? The 15-minute kind of had a pullback, and then we just had this huge volume candle, which actually has taken back that pullback. Now we're pushing up. Another nice thing to look at is that the hour candle has also given us the same setup as the 30-minute. Okay, so you can see that we've got the 30-minute range here, close back inside the zone, and now we're looking to push up. Now, if we can break out top of that high, this is a fantastic sign, and price can look to continue up for the rest of the day. I haven't looked at the daily chart yet, but the daily's looking pretty good as well. We're kind of at this low, at this sort of high volume area. If I draw in a fixed range, you can see we're right at the point of control, so the highest volume point. We're having a reaction off here. Now, if we can come up and break out the top of this high here, then that's going to be fantastic, and we look to continue up. We are also in a new upward trend. I'll just show you that on the daily. So we've got, a downward trend here, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Then we got this weird sort of new low, and then from this low we've pushed up and broken, changed the character of the daily trend, and now we've got a new higher high. So now this could potentially be the start of our new lower low to then push up and make a new higher high. So all looking good. About $90 in profit at the moment. Overall, if we can get up to this full point, 2.5k, which is going to be obviously fantastic. So we'll just see how it goes. $120 now, and price is looking to push up. That should be the hour candle breaking the high, or very nearly. Are we going to break the high? Yes. Okay, great stuff. So we're breaking the highs now, and we'll just let this run for the rest of the day. I've set an alert, or I haven't actually. I'm going to set an alert just here, just so that I can look to manage the trade, bring stop losses to break even or whatever. But I'm quite happy the way this looks. And our next real point on the hour of any resistance is this area up here. And if we can break out above this high here, then we've got fairly clean range up to that point, and I think price is going to come retest that. So yeah, come back in a bit with another update with hopefully lots of profit. Alright guys, so it's been 20 minutes or so, and I can see pushed right up now. I'm going to look to what I'm going to do now is bring my stop loss below this candle's low here, because if we do turn around and come back down there, then I don't really want to be risking out anymore. So we are now nicely into nice amount of profit, and I can look to trail my stop as we go now. And yeah, but looking positive for us to keep pushing for the rest of the day. Wow, some volume coming in there. Up to about $900 profit there, which is great. Now what we've got actually is a nice price action setup on the 4 hour. Now up to our level here, this is actually the 200 SMA, so we can look for price to come up to the 200 SMA, which would be great. So all looking good, all looking good. I'll come back with an update soon. I might decide what I'm going to do with this, but so far so good, and we'll just, yeah, let this thing run. Okay guys, so it's been a couple of hours. I've been out, I've changed, etc. And just give you an update on this oil trade. And it's doing quite well, as you can see. We are now up about $1,300 or so. This candle was just down, all the way down here, but we just suddenly had some volume coming in, pushing up, because we are coming close to the 230 New York Stock Exchange Open. So we've had the 130 sort of volume, and then now we're going to wait for 2 minutes, or less than that, 59 seconds, for some potential volume to come in, hopefully taking us up to this past major support, which then potentially could become resistance. Now I'm going to manage the trade. We did get up quite high up here, as you can see, after we had a pullback, but I've stayed strong. We're staying in the trade, and we're going to see how it goes. So what we're going to do is wait 40 seconds and then see what happens. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. New candle. Okay, we opened bullish immediately, which is not always good because it's probably going to make a bottom wick. But maybe we can push down, then we can get a price action set up here where we can push up from there potentially. I'm just going to look at the other time frames, see if we've got any interesting price action. Let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour's looking good. We could still flip bullish here. 2 hours looking good. We still got 29 minutes left on this one. We could keep pushing up here. Still got a big fair value gap on the 2 hours to completely take out as well. Just broken above on the 20-minute above the 200 MA, and we're using that as support now, so that's a good sign. 15 minutes probably the same too. Don't like the look of this price action here. If we break out the low, there's a chance we could push down on the 15. 5's looking very consolidating, but we'll just have to be patient and wait and see. 30 minutes looking good there. If we can respect the low of this blue candle and then break out the high, then that is a nice price action setup for us. If you don't know what the price action setup is, then I may make a video on it soon, but some of you will know, especially if you're in the Discord. So if we can break out the high, then that's a good sign, and we can keep pushing up. And yeah, we've got some fair value gaps up here. We've also obviously got a heavy demand supply zone here, which had a liquidity grab off the Asia highs 2 days ago. So we're all looking good, but not much volume. As I said, we have no real news today, so we'll have to see what happens. So I'll come back with an update in a bit, hopefully with an update pushing up instead of pushing down like it's doing right now. Alright guys, so just jumping back in, and as you can see, we've had this new, the 230 candle has respected the low and broken out the high, which is a great sign for continuation for us. So what I'm going to do now is bring my stop underneath this blue candle, because this would be a setup for me anyway, and this is where my stop loss would be. So there's no point in having risk down here anymore. We may as well lock in about a 1-to-1, or probably, I don't know, that's probably about 15 pips or something. Yeah, about 13, 14 pips. Oh, and we'll just let this thing keep doing its thing. We're up about 1,500 there, so hopefully we can push up and get to that point, and then I'll look to manage the trade. Maybe when we get to this new high, or if we make a new all-time high, I may look to lower time frames to find a better spot for the stop loss. So yeah, let's see how it goes, and so far so good. Alright guys, so I've just had some bings to say that we have moved pretty substantially on this oil trade, and we are on the way to our full TP. And do you know what I'm going to do right there? I'm just going to close this trade out. 2222. Bang! I'm going to close that trade out there. I know we're probably going to get to it, but there's such a small amount there that I'm not too fussed about the change. really nice trade there. Obviously, we yeah, worked out beautifully. So probably, I don't know, maybe it was 6 or 7 pips away. We're probably going to get there, but that small amount, I've seen it before. It may flip round, turn round. I just wanted to take that out. We've been in the trade for a long time. This is a 30-minute chart, remember. We entered this morning at 10:30, and it's currently nearly 3. It's 10 past 3. So yeah, it's like a 5-hour trade nearly. So there we go. We can just see it now. It's pushing up, and we're probably, yeah, as I say, we're probably going to get taken out there. But I'm happy with that result. Fantastic trade, fantastic analysis, and I'm very happy with that. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. And we're going to be looking for this strategy and this setup pretty much every day going forward from now on. We'll still be using our other strategies as well. I've got another couple of videos coming out on strategies themselves, not just live trading. So look forward to that. You see, we're getting to pull back now. I'm glad I took the profit where I was, because I'd be annoyed right now that I was so close and yet so far. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you've liked it, if you've learned something, please like and subscribe. Please join the family. I appreciate all the love and support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.